Hey everyone, Skull902 here, and this is my Let's Play of Sonic Mania for Steam. Have a nice little intro. That's right, everyone. It's my motherfucking Let's Play of Sonic Mania, like I had said before. And, wow. You know, it's really weird to be doing a Let's Play of a game before one of my inspirations, Clement J64, or the Great Clement. He's gonna be doing his soon, but I got to mine first, technically. But anyway, so here in Sonic Mania we've got Mania Mode, Time Attack, Competition, there's some options to do, extras, DLC, I wonder what that could possibly mean. But let's get into the main story here. You can play as Sonic or Tails, you can also play as Sonic by himself, Tails by himself, or Knuckles, but for this playthrough we're going to be doing a Sonic only run, as is tradition for my classic Sonic Let's Plays. I'm sorry, Tails. You'll still be around every now and then, but it's going to be Sonic's turn to shine. So, basically what the story for this game is that Tails has picked up a reading for some very strange energy source on Angel Island, and they're, like, extracting it now. This is the Phantom Ruby, which is, like, kind of a mindfuck gem. It is extremely powerful. Apparently more powerful than like the Master Emerald even. It can do a lot of fucky stuff, essentially. So yeah, it's like a mindfuck thing. It can also transport people, and like some of the reality warping properties you saw there was a bunch of just normal old EggRobos, but when we went into Green Hill Zone, and my god, this is such a fucking overused zone. Anyway, the EggRobos turned into like some new, bigger, badder EggRobos. I wonder what the deal with them is. And I'll of course explain that as we go on. But yeah, this here is Green Hill Zone. They're kind of taking Sonic Generations sort of mindset into it, where it's you know, it's an old zone, but it's got some new level design and stuff. We just went into a giant ring, and that takes us to our special stages. Fully 3D polygonal graphics. This is a first for my Let's Plays. So clearly I'm improving. So anyway, the whole point of the special stages here is to catch a UFO that you'll always be able to see, no matter how far away that it is from you. And what you need to do is basically collect these blue spheres here in order to gain speed, but you're also timed, so you need to collect rings in order to extend your timer. Now there's three like default speeds, I guess you could say, for how fast your character is going to be running. There's Mach 1, and in Mach 1 there's no way in hell you're going to be able to catch up with the UFO. There's Mach 2, which I always try to keep myself in Mach 2 and not go to Mach 3, because sometimes Mach 3, like, it's really fast, and it can kind of be unwieldy at times. So Mach 2 is your safest bet. You are running faster in Mach 2 than the UFO travels. So if you're having trouble with the special stages, I guess that's a bit of a piece of advice that I can give you is, you know, Mach 2 is good for you. So yeah. And here we have another special stage. I have played this game quite a bit, so I have a good amount of knowledge of where the special stage rings are. I wouldn't quite say it's as extensive as 3 and Knuckles, but you know, I know where a fair amount of them are, and you'll be seeing that throughout the playthrough. I get Supersonic in Chemical Plant Zone, actually, in Act 2. So, very early on in the game, I'm able to get all the Chaos Emeralds and have Supersonic at my disposal, which, of course, being, you know, the Skull 902 that I am, I'm going to be abusing a bit. I'm going to try not as much, but definitely during, like, boss battles and stuff, because if that's one thing I can say about this game is that I'm not really all too keen on the boss battles. But that's something that we can get into a little later. Not all of them are bad. It's just, you know, I think that they could have done better with the boss battles. But again, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. We've got a mini-boss coming up right now. There's a monitor over there, that's why I tried. This guy is, you know, he's a good one. He's a good one. Pretty easy pattern to get down. It took me a stupidly long amount of time to actually, like, get what it was, though. Because I'm just impatient and I like, you know, taking forever to figure things out properly. But once you do, you know, he just spins around, he goes to one side, he goes to the other side. Obviously, when he's all red like this, you can't hit him. Fun stuff. And much like in 3 and Knuckles, you got a little signpost gimmick there. You can bounce it all around and look at that. It's all fun and hunky-dory and Sonic winks, which is something I didn't notice until like way later. But that's something about this game too, is that the sprites are so detailed and nice and well animated. It was made by members of the ROM hacking community, and they envisioned this as sort of like a Sonic the Hedgehog game, like what a 2D Sonic would have been for the Sega Saturn, and I can definitely see that. In the level of detail and the graphics and everything, they did a fantastic job with these visuals, and you know, it's absolutely wonderful to look at. It's a pretty game. It is a fucking pretty game. Here we're approaching on special stage number 3, and as I go on about that, I guess you know, since I mentioned it, I'll talk a little bit about the developers for this game. We've got Christian Whitehead, who is involved in the HD remake of Sonic CD, as well as the HD mobile ports of Sonic 1 and 2 for iOS. And then we've also got Simon Tomley, or Stealth, who made like a Game Boy Advance demo for Sonic 1, which is something I'll have to mention in a video. I've had an idea for that for a little while. And he was also involved with like the Sonic 1 and 2 mobile ports. Christian Whitehead, I'm drawing a blank on hacks that he was involved in, but this game uses his retro engine, much like Sonic CD did. And it's a thing that's been used by multiple members of the Sonic fangame and hacking communities. You know, it's like an approximation of the classic gameplay, and it's pretty goddamn close. Like, I can't really tell much, if any, difference. Simon Tomley, meanwhile, he made Knuckles and Sonic 1. And I believe he was also responsible for Sonic Mega Mix. I know one of them was. But, you know, it's good stuff. Pagoda West Games was also one of the studios involved in making this, and that is a development team composed of a lot of members of the Sonic 2 HD project. And for those of you that don't know, Sonic 2 HD was something like they wanted to do like a spruced up version of Sonic 2 with like vector drawn graphics and all that. Again, it was a really fucking pretty looking game. Not sure what the status of that is right now. It was canceled for a while and came back. Not quite sure, but I will link something related to Sonic 2 HD in there because it was beautiful, fucking beautiful, absolutely. So yeah, we've got some a fan involvement with the development of this game, and that's pretty cool that Sega allowed them to do that. You know, have this 25th anniversary game released just in time to celebrate Sonic's 26th anniversary. You know, having the fans involved while they were making their own game, and it's cool. It's cool, man. It's fucking cool that these people who were so like revered in the fan game community were able to actually like go on and make an official Sonic game, and they did a pretty damn good job. Of all the classic style games in the series, at least the ones that like are like, you know, the 16-bit Genesis games, this one I would say is like a solid second or third favorite in the lineup. I will of course explain my reasons. You know, like I don't think that they quite got everything right in terms of like level design, and I mentioned boss battles before too. Like it's really, really good, but I think like had they gotten the original developers like on the team, that it would have been better. Because sometimes the level design or gimmicks or whatever can be a dick. The special stages, like, I've obviously gotten better at them and stuff. They take some getting used to, and I think for beginners or people who are like just starting this game, it might be a little too difficult. There's one particular boss battle that's coming up that I think was another sort of like, why would you do that, you know? But overall, like, you know, this was a tribute, a love letter to Sonic and his history, and you know, they did a really good job with it. So yeah, I'm probably gonna be repeating that a whole bunch, but you know, it's cool, whatever. So here we have special stage number 4, and this is apparently where a lot of fans think that it starts to get like hard, because there's some jumps, there are like bumpers all around, but like the bumpers start decreasing in numbers, so you could like fall off, and there's some tight turns and stuff. What I would say is best for the special stages as a strategy is like, you got to learn how to cut corners, because if you don't do that, then you're going to be in for a tough time. But anyway, here's the boss. Eggman's amping it up a little bit. We have the Death Egg Robot from Sonic 2 again. You know, that's one thing. Maybe Sega requested it, I don't know, but like, Green Hill Zone, the Death Egg Robot from Sonic 2, like, the Sonic series is reusing a lot of these assets, and I really hope that when another you know, canon game in the series comes around, like, they start going with some more original stuff, because it's not like the community or the fan base or whatever hates these things. It's just, you know, they're using them a whole lot, and it would just be nice to see some original ideas, and we get some of that in here. What with the Phantom Ruby and everything, but I don't know, man. Sega, you gotta be more original. Original the Sega, do not steal. So anyway, we're just about to Chemical Plant Zone. So, you know, it's a fun time. Sonic Mania, and quite frankly, I really look forward to doing the rest of this game for you guys, and you know, being able to share my experiences with recording and all that, which I will do some of in part 2. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I love that little animation. I'll see you guys next time in Chemical Plant Zone. I've been Skull902. Thank you for watching, and have yourselves a wonderful day.